Jurgen, the whole of football this week is talking about tunnel behaviour. Obviously, I thought what went on at Old Trafford. I just wondered, in terms of your own players after the game celebrating wins, and what sort of standards of behaviour do you expect from them?
I don't think that most of the things are. Now we talk about it, and it didn't really happen a lot, right? That one team is celebrating and the other team doesn't like it too much. So that's obvious that you don't like it if you hear it. When we had one or two draws at home, and in the interview zone, I hear the loud music from the dressing room of the other side. So that's how it is. I don't have a problem with that, to be honest. But it's all about everything is allowed as long as it shows the respect, of course, for the opponent. That's how it is. I think it's a very emotional game, and so it's pretty likely. And we as managers, we are not in the dressing room after the game because you need us, obviously, for a few other things to do. So it's there's music and sometimes a few shouts, but that's how it is. I have no problem with that. But how I said, as long as you show the right amount of respect, everything is allowed.
Emotions were running high, weren't they, after the Merseyside derby, of course? Looking back now, a bit more time to reflect. How do you view your post-match interviews?
If I would give the same interview now, I think the information I had to give, the few, would be the same. But of course, now I'm completely relaxed. But it was 5 minutes after the game, so I was not relaxed. It's always the same. You look in the eyes of the journalist and you see he's not interested in what you feel, and that sometimes feels. I know that already, but sometimes it feels not that cool, and that's why I reacted then like I reacted. It was nothing. I didn't use any words I have to take back or whatever. I don't like it, but I'm pretty sure I cannot change it. Because I felt it. I felt like this in that moment, and I'm not an actor, so I cannot act differently. But meanwhile, I have myself. I can keep myself that calm that nothing serious happens in situations like this. It's just an interview. I don't think that anybody really remembers it, to be honest, and would watch back. And they then say, "Oh my God, that was hilarious," or was a legendary interview. It was just an interview, nothing else.
I'd like to ask you about Emre Can as well. He didn't feature at the weekend. From January, he can sign a contract with a foreign club. Will you and the club be sitting down with him between now and then to try and convince him to stay?
Whatever I could say about that is not for the press conference. So we spoke about that already a lot of times, and I said he can sign. That's the only difference from January on, that he could also sign for another club. That's all. So for us there is no difference. As long as don't get the information that he signed for another club, there's nothing to say about it. It's exactly like it was before. And I speak a lot to Emre, like to the other players too, but. It's pretty rare that I speak to him about the contract situation, because we gave already all the informations, and what we can give, that's it.
Simon? What about Dom Solanke, if I can, another start for him against Everton. So how do you feel he did? How likely is he to start in this one, and going forward, how do you feel he's doing?
He's in a fantastic way. That's maybe the main message. He could have played a little bit more confident, but he's a young boy. So in a few situations I saw him doing differently than he would have done in training, for example. But we all have to learn to deal with expectations, crowd, atmosphere, importance of the game and stuff like this. So I'm really happy that he did what he did, and that will help him a lot, 100%. And he made the chance for Sadio after a throw-in was a little chance with body and good challenge, and he's a smart player, so I liked it. He can play better, 100%, but that was a good second step, if you want.
More minutes for Danny as well coming on. How is he as far as the progression coming back?
Then he's fit. Then he's fit. But the situation is like it is. The other ones are good as well and in a very good shape, and that makes it obviously a little bit difficult for Danny. But he's fit. He's in a good shape. Or probably, if you want, you can see it in the U23s. He takes the situation like it is. He uses this. He wants to have the minutes. He's always asking. It makes much more sense for him to play 90 minutes in the U23 than to get a few minutes, but this week it was possible, and so I'm pretty sure it was nice for him. I think he scored the last goal again in the Premier League against Everton probably, and must be before I came in. And now he played against Everton again. I thought it's a good idea to involve him. Yeah, that's it. He's in a very, very good way. Everything injury-wise is perfect. No issues anymore, so that's the most important thing for him because he's still a young boy, and there's a lot to come for him.
And I know when you go into matches, you tend to like, I think you tend to like to watch the last 3 or 4 games again on video, what have you. So since Alan Pardew has come into West Brom, what differences have you seen? What maybe makes them more dangerous coming to Anfield now?
I think we know what Alan Pardew said when he came in, that he want to play offensive football, stuff like this, but it's a situation for West Brom, it's not for that, so you cannot, first of all, you cannot change things overnight, that's one thing. The other thing is this squad is, they did the squad in the summer, so, and it's for a specific kind of football, and so it's still long balls, of course, still set pieces, very physical, so that's how it is, but you only can. I'm not here to judge anything, but you only can judge after much more time than Alan had so far, so that's for sure. So that's nothing. They need points. They are not in a comfortable situation. It's not a worrying situation where you say, okay, no chance. No, they can. Of course, they started really well in the season, and then obviously the situation changed a little bit. So I think we know what we can expect, but last game they played with all 3 strikers against Swansea. I don't expect that, but if against us, but if then we have to handle this. So quality, experience, but home game for us. That's all what I have to say about that.
James, how's it?
It's not clear 100%. I know we play tomorrow, but it's still not 100% clear. We have a few knocks, and we still have to wait a little bit how they will deal with that. Nothing serious after last game, so serious in the sense of long term, but 1 or 2 is possible that will not, or the time will be not enough for the West Brom game now. We have to see. It's how it is after games like this. There were hard challenges involved in that game, and we have to see. And always in this short term, you always need to judge. Is the muscle they feel an injury, or it's just intensity? So and for that you need pretty much each minute until you can judge that, and that's what we will do.
Is there anyone used on Marega?
Not really. No, he's not ready for sure. Of course, no chance. We make further assessment in a moment. So we send him to different doctors just to know a little bit more. But it's still possible that it's not that long. It's possible that it's, I don't know, until 6 weeks. We have to see, but. It's really not decided so far, so we need to have a look on it, further look.
Carl? Of those players who have not been playing, Lallana and Matip, where are they?
Adam is back in training, completely normal, but he needs now a build-up again, so that's how it is, but he's good. He trains completely normal. We have to see what we do with him, because we need him for the next weeks 100%. Hopefully, should not need him for tomorrow, but then step by step we need to see how we can bring him in a match fitness shape, and that's it. So we have to see, but he's on a good way, and Joel is not in training, so he's running, not more. That means it takes a little bit longer.
I'm just wondering, you have been rotating the squad and changing it. I'm just wondering how much your experience last season when January came around and your squad was so stretched, how much that has affected with the Champions League as well this season in terms of how you're managing the squad?
There's only one information. That's not the information what we use. So if we would have had the squad last year, we would have done it last year. So in a different way, it's just how it starts when you get injuries in early November, what we had last year. Then you cannot rotate in December because the players are not there, and then you suffer in January. That's how it is. That's not really to change, and then the players come back in January, which got injured in November, but they are not in the same shape than they've been in November. That's the situation, but it's the only thing, and we always make. It's only one information. But for all these games, I really think if you have the quality in the squad, what we have to use it. And you cannot, I said it before, you cannot play the 11 same players all the time until 4 of them are injured, and then you hope that the other 4 who are come in have quality, but they have no rhythm, then that they will perform for you. We expect that, I know, but it's not really likely. And so we did it so far how we did it so far.